everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have the update for my Panda palette in order. So this will be a short update, but I wanted to come to you and show you the progress. This is a project pan where you focus on one shade at a time from an entire palette, and the goal is to hit pan in all of the shades in that palette. So this is a project pan that really works out for me, because I tried to do a Panda palette, but I got so burnt out on that palette because I was working on all of the shades like all of the time, and just focusing in on one shade really helps. So I have chosen the palette, the Remix palette by Glam Shop, which is a Polish indie brand. This is an older palette in my collection, and I had 12 eyeshadows in this palette without pan. So I thought that if I work well on this palette and hit one pan each month, then I will have this palette out by the end of the year. It is also looking a bit nasty. I will show you what the palette has looked like since rolling it in January, but I had some oil seepage in this palette as well. So I really wasn't feeling too happy to reach for it. So like putting it into a project really helped me to reach for this palette, because the shades are still working out great. It's just when it looks nasty, I don't feel like reaching for that palette, if that makes sense. So I have been doing great in this project. I have been hitting pans. Some months I have been hitting 2 pans, but it has been working out really well for me. I also quite early decided that I wanted to finish some specific shades. For example, the first shade, Jasny Bess, which is just a bone white shade. I used that as like a brightening powder underneath my eyes, which is also what I did with, I think it was Miniovka, which is that very pale pink shade. It was basically white with some pink in it. So I have been working on finishing out those pans. I also, last update I said that I was planning to maybe repress and franken some of the shades in this palette, and that is why I'm here today, because I want to show you what the palette looks like today. I decided to actually repress a lot of them. Some of the eyeshadows have had accidents because these shadows are really loosely pressed, and when I've been trying to, because I also have a lot of kick up, so when I've been trying to clean this palette out or like blow away some of the kick up, like I have blown the entire eyeshadow out of its pan. So it has had some accidents, unfortunately, which is why some of the pans are, empty. But we are looking like this today. So I have been working on the shade Orion, which is the second to last shade. It's a green, dark, sparkly shade. And as you can see, I don't have pan, but I have a really great dip going. And I have repressed all of the shades that I was planning to. I made 2 of the shades into blushes. 1 shade I have made into a bronzer, and I have made a highlighter. So this is the shade that we are working on. Don't mind the yellow down there because it's from a difference. It's stained, but yeah. Orion is this shade, and I can work on it. I've been using it a lot on my lower lashes. It's not the most fun shade. I mean, it's very sparkly, but I do have some issues working on really deep shimmer shades. But yeah, the palette is very empty now, so I only have 2 shades here without pan. And when I hit pan on those shades, I am going to get rid of this palette. Hopefully I will be able to do so by the end of the year. That would mean that this project has been a success. The shade Zicus, that stark pink shade, I pressed into a different, or like a blush. I also did that with the dusty pink. I think it's acryl, if I remember correctly. I had a shade Zivak, I think, I made into a highlighter, and I also had a brown shade that I made to a bronzer. And I know I had a comment that you wanted to see me repressing the shades, but I'm so messy when I franken powders it's just not a pretty pretty process. It's not maybe video friendly. I feel like I'm too messy, it's just not, I'm a bit ashamed. I don't want to show that like chaotic, messy thing. If I become better at frankening, repressing, I might show it on camera, but yeah, I'm sorry, I had to do it on my own. I can't film it. It's just not, it's not anything I'm proud of. I'm a very bad represser, so. The highlighter is something that I'm working on in my Rolling Tan project pan, so I hope to finish that one up at the end of the year. And I also have the bronzers and in like different face palettes. So that is where we are standing with this palette today. I don't see an issue finishing or like hitting pan on the last 2 shades by the end of the year. It should be absolutely no problem because these are not too deep. This is more of a petrol dark blue shade, shimmer shade, and this is a green one. So that is where we are. Let me know what you think about this project. Do you think, did I make the right decision to emptying out the pans and repressing them into more like face products? Or should I have kept them in here? I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys!